Alright guys, here we are with a new one. I'm excited to say we got some traps. We got some water going right now. Don just showed resolution. What is it? What's that called? Well, whatever, but this little crock pot we use to boil some skulls and stuff in. Got our two traps. We got 1 3/4 trap to 5.5 inch spread or jaw length, which I don't know nothing about trapping. I went with Cody a couple times. Don't really cling on to it. I get a lot of bad luck with traps. I'm gonna make sure I film everything in case I get my hand anything in here. I've absolutely been snapped by every trap I've messed with, besides one of them fur bear traps, and I'm so afraid of those. But this is a 1 3/4 inch. It's got the just got today from a local store, Cooper's. They were amazing on price. I was really surprised. Cody gets his from this Trapper Supply or Trapper Animal Control, whatever. But he gets his for, I think they were a little bit different. I don't know. I couldn't remember what this size was, but pretty cool trap. I can't wait to get out and do it. I got a couple spots I've been thinking of, targeting. I think I'm gonna get a fox, if anything. I don't know. I mean, they can catch anything. I also want to get coon traps one day. I think that'd be pretty interesting. So I think we're just gonna kind of get into dipping them in there and call it good. So I'll put you guys back up when we're ready. Earth anchors are rebar and a washer. I have a nut. I'm gonna do this. I think it's just a piece of bar. I have a couple pieces of bar. It's really temporary this year. I don't know nothing about trapping, so we're kind of learning together, learning how to learn the same way Jake is, so you know. But we're gonna weld this together. We're all doing everything temporary. I only bought two because, you know, I'm gonna be honest. If I don't enjoy it, I'm not gonna spend a lot of money and keep filming it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do what I like to do. So I'm gonna make sure I enjoy this, and then maybe next year, if I really get into it, I'm gonna start buying earth anchors. Maybe a thing of wax instead of this resolution or whatever this is called that Cody says works. I also got some dye. What this is supposed to do is it's supposed to take all the grease or the oils and stuff off these traps so that they rust, and I guess that helps scent or something. I have no clue. And then we're gonna dye them walnut something. It's gonna be brown. So that's gonna be coming up. We're gonna let these sit. We're gonna do this, let them sit overnight, and then we're gonna call it good. But we'll pick you guys up when we go to dipper. Alright, so I think this is kind of what we're going to do. We're going to use that post I was kind of showing you guys, but let me see if the traps actually fit in there first. This is really hot. I'm wearing gloves, of course. But let's see if the traps really fit down in there right. Oh, God. Yeah, so we're going to have to flip them. Just crank the weight. We're going to have to flip them over, like mid-thing. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to flip them over. Okay, so we're going to set them like this. Probably a better way. If there's anything that I'm doing completely wrong, please comment. Cody's gonna see this, of course. Cody's gonna see what I'm doing. He's gonna have pointers. I'm learning, and that's probably the interesting part, I bet, about this. We're just kind of learning together. Let me think how this will go. Maybe I shouldn't do that. No, we're gonna read it. Let me think, guys. So is there gonna be a way I can get this back? Yeah, I'll be able to get the whole thing back out. Change it all. Okay. So we're gonna do it like that. I don't really know how long we're supposed to do it, so we're just gonna put the lid back on it, let it sit and bake. But I think it's gonna be a little bit, but I'm gonna go show you guys the brown dye we're gonna use later on, and I'm gonna pick you guys back up there. Alright, so yet again, Cooper's kind of hooked us up with everything. He had some good prices. I don't really know anything about that. It's natural wood dye concentrate. I know nothing about it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was thinking we just covered it up with dirt. I don't really know why we need to dye it. I probably sound pretty dumb about it because I don't know what I'm talking about at all. But just we're gonna put that in it later. I guess this says you can wax them for coyote and that. Cody says you should be fine, so that's pretty interesting. But I'm gonna do this, and then maybe in the future, if I really like it, I'll get a bucket of wax and get all into that process. But for now, we're gonna do it this way. We only got like a month left of season. I just kind of picked it up, you know. Cody thought it'd be an interesting couple video series of me doing it. Oh, Jesus. So it should be pretty funny and fun to watch. I'm sure it will be. I'm learning. We're all learning. I'm sure if you guys clicked on this video, you're interested in it. Maybe learning it. So I guess we're going to learn together and fix our mistakes together. So going to put this. Wait a minute. I don't know how long we should wait on this. But it's looking like it should. I put a lot of darn dish soap. I mean, I couldn't think you'd be wrong by putting more dish soap in, and water kind of steams out. You see the steam. You guys can't see it on camera. But you see the steam, and if Dawn dish soap can if that can't really steam out of it, I think it will stay in there. So if I put a lot in there, so when we first put this on, we were having a hard time keeping the water levels up in there. So I think as this steams out, I think the Dawn dish soap and the concentrate stuff should stay in there and really get all the oils and greases off that are gonna affect our trap. So I think we keep it in there, and then at one point a little bit later we'll flip them over, call it good. So we're gonna pick you guys back up. All right, time to flip them over, guys. I'm gonna get a glove on. That could have been bad, but I'm gonna put a glove on. I'm gonna flip them over. I got my bar. Stop! Don't open it. Now I'm gonna edit that. I'm not gonna edit it. It's staying in. But right there. It's kind of starting to do something to it, actually. If you look right there. That was not there before. I don't know. I don't think it's supposed to do that, so that's weird. But let me really get it flipped over. Next question is how really rusty. Ooh, don't come toward me. How rusty are these supposed to be? This is a lot in the eyes. How rusty are these really supposed to be before completely good? So that's kind of gonna be where we place them. That's a lot, but. Right there we go, got them flipped over. They're looking good. I just put 5 minutes on a timer. Plus we did a lot of filming before, so this is gonna be like 8 minutes on one side, you know. So we're gonna set that timer and chill out in the house. Ooh, I don't want to burn nothing in here or burn down the barn. But sorry if it's a little bit grainy or whatever, cause we're in the barn and it's not daytime. We had to wait till tonight. But got LEDs in the barn. They look pretty nice in person, but you know it's gonna be pretty grainy, pretty low. But either way, you guys get the point. But we're gonna go in the house, chill out, and set a timer, and I'll pick you guys back up when we pull them out. All right, guys, time to take them out. Right here. Look at that. I don't know what they're supposed to look like, but that's good enough for me. But let's go take them out. That water's gotta be hot. I mean, hot. It's been sitting here for over an hour, just sitting there cooking. I can't even see through the steam, it's that steamy, but let's get that. I know this is gonna be hot, even. I just put my finger in water. I'm trying to get both of them on the same piece of rebar to hang out. God dang it. So here, so we don't burn down my barn. There they are. Looks good. We're gonna put the cap on this. Cap's hot, cap's hot. Alright, let's call that good. Ooh, that was hot. But let's call that good. There's our trap. Just gonna kind of put it on my porch. I don't really know what better to do. I'm afraid to get pine sap. I was thinking a pine tree, just for good measure. But come on, guys, let's go. Whoa. But here, let's put it up here. Hopefully, oh, that's drooping bad, Jesus. Hopefully they stay up all night. Yeah, right here. Hopefully they stay up, don't fall. That's the dream. But then tomorrow we're gonna do our little brown stuff, our brown dye on these. Get them covered. Hopefully they get some rust. They actually, if you bring the camera here, let me see the light, and you go all the way up to them. There's something going on there with them. I have no clue. Probably yeah, the light's way too bright. Yeah, I didn't know, but bring it here. The light's way too bright to see it, but tomorrow we'll show you guys. I'm sure it'll be even better. But I think we just let them air sit here and air out and get all the grease and that off, then get them rusted, get them painted with a dye, and call it good. But so I guess we'll pick you guys up tomorrow and see what happens. All right, guys, here we are next day, about to dye the traps. I checked the trap this morning. I got a couple speckles. I've been talking to Cody a lot about this whole thing because, you know, he knows. Ooh, there's something in there. He knows more than me about all of it. So I asked him what his opinion was. He said, don't worry about it. Rusting's rusting. I thought that door was open. Rusting is rusting. It's whatever. But we're going to put this in here. We got 3 gallons. This freaking burner is sketchy. This one leaks. This one didn't want to start. I don't even want the propane tank around it, but you have to, of course. But yeah, it's pretty sketchy. But here we go. I think you just pour it right in. I got a stick to stir it. Let's put that off to the side. Ready, guys? I'm sure there's a lot. Ooh, I don't know if it froze overnight. I did leave it out in the barn. What's going on here? That's weird. Hold up. Maybe I probably gotta stir this a little bit. Probably gotta stir it. Let me see it. Oh, another thing we shouldn't do. Oh yeah, it mixes in there really well. Hopefully this is seeable on camera, even though through the bad lighting. Oh yeah, there we go. Now, oh Jesus. Let's try to put a little bit more in there. I think it's pretty frozen. Let's just try. It seems to mix better than I thought it was gonna, so let's just. There, we're spilling out pretty good. Probably just dip it right in there, put water in this, and get the rest out. This is supposed to treat 3 gallons, supposed to do around 2 dozen traps. So I'm just gonna keep it for this year. I haven't invested in the wax yet, you know, of course, but once I get all this out somehow, I don't know how in the heck I'm gonna do this. I might have to go put water in it, but once I get this all spewed out, I started this burner a little bit earlier, just a little bit before I started filming, just so that it might get a, because it needs to be just about boiling. That's the goal. It's still coming right there's that frozen glump. Yeah, this is pretty weird to watch, guys, but anyway, I'm gonna get all this cleaned out and then pick you guys back up maybe when it starts boiling or if I find something else interesting. Cancel the day, guys. Didn't look at Pebbles. She doesn't know a thing, but school got canceled today, so got some snow, got some ice, so I don't know how setting traps is gonna be. We're actually gonna cable them up to a tree. I thought that was illegal, but Cody clarified it for me, I guess. He's just starting to get specks of rust. Let's get out some natural lighting, bro. Trying to get some rust. We're supposed to put a little nail between the jaws to get some of this wax on them. But yeah, we're starting to get little specks of rust. I didn't know you're supposed to rust your traps, but there we go. But we're gonna go, the water isn't boiling yet, so we're probably just gonna take these inside and get them ready, you know. And then we're gonna go try to find some cable to string them up to a tree. Apparently a tree, as long as it's not a quarter thick, I guess, thicker than a quarter, it's okay. I don't really know, but we got some trees and stuff to tie it to, so we're gonna do that. But we're gonna take these inside and pick you guys back up when we find something. All right, so we're gonna put these nails in the jaws real quick before we do anything, just so we can just be ready. But as you guys all probably know what I'm talking about. Take them open, flip this back over the jaw. You know what I'm saying. But I'm gonna stick this nail in there. Let these up. There we go. Let's do that. All right, guys, we're getting heavy film over it, foam, whatever. I don't know what that means. It's starting to bubble. It's starting to pop up. It's starting to do a little slight boil. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna kind of dip them straight down, kind of like that. Probably best idea is to put them back to back, like that, so get everything they can. Or I'll just spread them out in there. But I'm gonna give it another second. I don't know what that film is. I don't know what we should do right now. But I'm gonna set these down. I'm gonna go find some cable to wire these to the trees and stuff. So we'll catch you guys in a second. All right, here we go, guys. I'm gonna spread them apart. A lot of the film's kind of gone. It's starting to bubble. We're just gonna kind of slowly take them down. Oh God, I'm scared. Take them down, just like that. And I'm just gonna let them sit in there. I have no clue what to do. Absolutely no clue. I think this stuff just kind of dyes it, you know, just kind of dyes it, makes it be the dirt color and probably hides some scent. Let's just kind of pull it up and get a first little, yeah, see, it doesn't seem like it's doing nothing much to me, you know what I'm saying? But let's get them spread apart. Let's get them fully dipped, let them sit in there for a little bit. I have this thing on high, it's cranking as high as it can. It's already a pretty sketchy system. Let's go mess around with our lock system, go find them. Alright guys, Cody just got back to me, something about powder boil. I don't know if you can see that. Probably gotta tell him he's on a video, hold up. Alright, so he said, here's what he said, word for word. I bought powder. When it's boiling the traps, they should be a little bit darker. Ours don't seem that much darker. You don't have to touch them. You don't want to touch them with your bare hands when they get some boiling. He doesn't always get it right, but when they get done boiling. And I said, okay, they're brownish, so I don't know how long did you leave them in for. He hasn't got back to me on that yet, so we're gonna kind of wait for that, and then maybe we've already overdone it. But the nails are rusted, so I don't know what to do. But probably gotta wash his camera lens. But we'll pick you guys up when we get out there. There we go, guys. Looks a little bit better now. it had a lot of fingerprints on it, so I don't know what's going on there. It looks a lot better now. But I hope that helps the clearance out there and makes it look a little bit better. But I'll pick you guys back up when we get out there. All right. So the goal is not to burn my gloves to my skin. It's still hot. We don't want to touch the traps. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna put on our leather gloves. Touch it, and I'm not gonna touch the traps, Cody. He didn't tell us how long to boil. It's been on for about 30 minutes now. It's getting a little bit too long. But let's go see what happens. Pull them out. I don't think they probably changed much, but let's go take them outside, get them hung up on the porch, and see what goes on. We're gonna come back, turn off that burner, but I'll pick you guys back up on the porch where we're gonna hang them. Time to set at least one trap for now. Guys, I'm gonna take the nail out of this first. They're darker. I mean, darker a little bit. Hey, pull that. You guys seen that nail when it was brand new. Sitting in that stuff, I rusted it, coated it with the stuff. I have no clue. Traps are darker. Traps are darker. Looks a lot better. But I'm gonna go send them out and see what happens. Should be all good. Probably shouldn't be touching it. Look at the difference even between the chain, the hook, and the chain. So there's quite a difference after it sat a little bit, after it got dunked in there. But wearing gloves, I don't have real trapper gloves, so I'm wearing the which might have scent on it. I have no clue. We're still learning a lot of stuff, but we do some research. But I kind of got my game plan down for next video. I'm sorry guys, we're gonna cut this off here. But this is a pretty interesting video. Got all my traps boiled, learning. We're learning together. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully I learned something. Definitely gonna be at this next year, so it's pretty exciting. But I hope in the future, in the next week or two, we get something cool for a cool video for you guys. So I guess we'll pick you guys up on the next one. But like and subscribe, and see you guys on the next one.